This, I'm hoping, will just be a quick sort of in between video. I wanted to make this specifically now because I am currently, you can't tell right now, and I'll tell you why. Currently in a mixed type episode, but I am medicated. So, whereas earlier in the day, I couldn't sit still, I was up and out of my chair, I couldn't read very far, nothing could keep my interest for very long, and I was at one moment crying, and the next moment super excited. But let me tell you first, I'm just fascinated. I don't like having mixed episodes, also known as mixed features, because I don't like having them, because they are super uncomfortable in your head, your body, and your environment. And I'm going to try to describe what it feels like. And so first I have to tell you, in case you don't know, so I didn't start out having mixed episodes. I started out with your very typical hypomania to depression, and then in my 20s, mania to depression. It's only been recently that, recently as in this past year and a half, that has become a big part of my life. And it is when you have both, and it sounds impossible, but it's pretty easy to describe clinically. It's like having, it's not like, it's having both symptoms of both mania and depression at the same time for me. Now, I have heard some people say something that sounds more like rapid cycling, where they're like depression, then manic, then depression, and have an episode like that. But I am talking about what typically is felt is, you have the energy of, mentally and physically, of a manic episode, but every thought you have is negative, and there is usually a predominant irritability aspect. And I'll tell you where that irritability comes from and what it really feels like, because most people are seeing it. Hold on. excuse me. Okay, and the my hands and the readjusting and the touching of things and the moving is part of the whole deal. But okay, so I'm gonna interrupt. I gotta get back. I was talking about how this clinical symptoms. So yes, you have the energy of a manic episode. So you've got the flight of ideas, racing thoughts, restlessness, agitation, and can't sit still, can't keep your thought on one thing. But everything's negative. Okay, so there might be moments of crying, and then irritability. And for me, it feels like it doesn't start and end in my brain. It's like as soon as that goes haywire, so does all of my other disorders and things. I'm not kidding. I take medication for a tremor, and when I'm racing and I can't sit still and I can't get anything done and I'm irritable, I'm not doing anything different, and yet I have my hand shaking, and I have my arms jerking. So I have that. My anxiety is higher. All my various social and driving and I have a general sense of unease, or like I'm untethered in like rough waters in the ocean, and there's nothing holding me. And there's all this pressure, whereas it did not feel like pressure before, but now it is from the outside world, people, and so it makes me just want to shut off because the stimuli is so much. I'm on the computer less because the stimuli makes me so uncomfortable. I can't watch a TV show for long because I'm starting and stopping projects or just things I need to get done. And so I made the sign that says, focus on completing, because I have like all these things that are halfway done because I had the burst of ideas to do these things, and but I'm unable to follow through. And so the sign is for whenever I see it, to remember that one, if it's just that one stupid thing, finish it, follow it. And it's not like can take the time to finish it in one session. I get bounced around the house, and some reason I feel the need to get in my car and go places. I don't necessarily shop, I just have this urge to move, and so it's really hard to just sit, and I end up coming back to this space, and I sit down, I see that sign again, and I have to, and I'm like, okay, here's that thing I was trying to, and I work more on it, and then I'm off doing something else. Working on something else, and it's, on my phone, people are texting me, and it's very uncomfortable mentally. And fortunately, I know what it is, and fortunately, the irritability I've been able to keep under wraps. It's been a little bit more of a sad one than my usual is very angry one, where I break things and throw things and yell at people and say horrible things. It's more than just mental. It's physically, my clothes feel, every spot of contact on that my clothing hits my skin, I feel it. And so I like way back when I was younger, before I had a hysterectomy, I had period clothes. You get bloated and stuff, so certain clothes fit more comfortably in that time of the month. And I have certain clothes I wear that are better when I'm in this state, because anything binding, anything tight, just anything that reminds me that I have clothes on. I don't know, maybe I need to walk around naked. That wouldn't work either, because I'm also aware of anywhere that I'm like my hair touching my face, and it's like my skin is hyper aware and excited too. I usually don't notice my glasses. Besides the fact that I don't like them 100%, but when I'm like this, I can feel the pressure there all the time. I'm more thirsty. I don't know what that would have to do with it. And I'm going to embarrass myself a little bit here. I get constipated in mixed episodes. And I think it's because, and this is kind of embarrassing to talk about, but we really shouldn't be embarrassed, because it is a side effect of so many medications for bipolar and anxiety disorders, so it's something you're going to be talking about. So you have two sphincters. One is under your control and one is not. The inner sphincter, if you have a lot of stress and tension, it's like a tube clamping shut. So that's my theory. My sleep has been crap I I remember not too long ago from today, um, I woke up from the best sleep I'd had, I don't know, since I was a baby. It was wonderful. These past 2 nights, I feel like I didn't get any deep sleep, that I just hit the surface, and I am aware of the fact that I was grinding my teeth all night. So I wake up unrested and in pain. Um, I have more headaches. I have more heartburn. Um, I I have a less ability to refuse or avoid junk food. I think because I'm looking for something to make me feel better, and certain foods make me feel good, you know. Um, you like milkshakes, and um, that's the biggest one. Um, and also, normally my normal coffee, I can drink a cup of coffee every morning. That's all the caffeine I drink. And all it does is I don't know, it just wakes me up a little bit more, but it doesn't like give me energy or make me feel edgy or anything. It but anything stimulating in a mixed episode is it's like I'm drinking, instead of drinking my coffee, I drank 2 cans of Monster energy drink, and it's just, I don't respond the same to the things I'm putting in my body and the things that are coming out. It's really very strange. But that's the nature of the beast. And I wanted to try to come up with a few creative ways of describing what's happening. And I did think of one was, I thought of it's like having a hornet's nest in your head, and they're all like freaking out, buzzing in your head and stinging and freaking out in there. It's and you just feel like, I feel like, but like there's a buzz of electricity on me, and that I'm not weighted down, and in the external stimuli, my not reaction, but response that I want is to shut shut my phone off, shut my laptop, just anything that just I just want to go in my cocoon room and to decrease the stimuli. Not, I want to block people out, not because I'm depressed, but because their presence is too much for me. It's at this time. I can't take it. I maybe, I don't know. I don't, it's very, very, very uncomfortable. And I often hear a similar description to people with I just lost myself there for a second with autism. Except that this comes and goes. But it's like, and like you're just too sensitive to stimuli and need to turn some things off. And and it's so, and this is really a funny part, is in my point of view, it seems like the external, like inanimate objects in my life know and are a part of my mixed episode and are behaving as another symptom. Now I know that's kind of weird, but it's like feeling like nothing is going your way. Like everything you try to do or work with or fix, it's like doesn't work out, or all your electronics aren't behaving like they should be. I put this app on my phone where it's supposed to say the time out loud every half hour, and it was working fine. And I was very pleased with it, and then I realized it wasn't doing it. I couldn't figure it out. And this is where the irritability starts to come in, because honestly, I can't tell you for sure that possibly it's just me, and I'm just over irritated with inconveniences. But what it seems like to me in this state is that everything is conspiring against me and would not be doing this if it weren't in on it. Does that sound completely crazy? But every time that it's just like every time I'm like, I don't know which came first. Am I angry at this app, or am I just angry because of my mood. Would, in another mood, would I just be like, well, crap, I really like that. So, to me, it, in this state, I can verbally tell you that they're not related because that's just crazy. But that's not how it feels. Like, it feels like that those broomsticks over there that I are just mocking me. I can't finish them. I can't get to them because I'm so slow trying to get things done, because most of my time is being spent up and down fidgeting from one idea to the next, trying to record them before they go away. And but yeah, so like my smartwatch is not, either my smartwatch is not reading my sleep right, or I'm not sleeping right. I'm like, why am I going all of a sudden from 8 hours of sleep every day, and then suddenly it's 3 or 5, and something's different. One thing is different in my sleep schedule is I take a medication in the morning that is sedating, and so I had chosen to make my dog shut my door to my room with my dog in there, and he wakes me up early, and I get up and I take that medication and I let him out, and I go back to bed for a couple more hours. And I thought that was okay, but it wasn't. But I think that might be about when it messed up, and I don't know if that has anything to do with my mood. So tonight's experiment will be going back to my usual way of doing things, and that is sleeping through the night and just taking the medication when I wake up and seeing how sedating it actually is. Because, yeah, I don't want to be, I don't want to not be able to drive. I don't want to sleep all day. Oh, gosh, I've been watching some of my videos, and I noticed that I touch my nose too much, and I'm trying not to. I don't know why. It's a nervous habit. And, I'm trying not to ramble. I notice I ramble too much. I'm trying to stay on topic. And that is my topic for this video. I know I've done others on mixed episodes, but this was a little different. The phone app's not working. My night guard isn't working. My watch isn't working. Just so many things that I swear are in on this conspiracy to drive me insane. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow. Because this is usually when I have this happen, I just kind of ride it out. it's I just write it out. I know that nothing's gonna get done. I know that I'm not gonna make good decisions, so I put off in big things. So um, that there is insight. I think I need to do. I think I talked about insight before, but it could use a longer video. That I am aware of that fact, so that's a good thing. That's one. I need. This is when the therapist says, "Have you been doing your gratitude journaling?" And the answer is no. I tried. I got 1.5 down because I bopped off over to something else. So that is the ending of this video. I hope you found it if informative, if not entertaining, if not, oh well. I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night.